Can't really see me though, can you? I'm fighting a migraine today, so I'm not a huge fan of the light. I'm not really going to do anything about it. I just wanted you to know that this is going to hurt me more than it hurts you. Ugh, I hate you. I hate you too. I don't hate you guys as much, but you better watch it. As a videographer, workflow kind of makes or breaks you. I like an efficient workflow. My workflow right now, I'm attempting to go 4K with all of my projects. The problem is that I don't have a dedicated 4K camera. So I've been using my iPhone. It's an iPhone X or 10. It shoots pretty nice 4K. I know I'm still tackling focus issues I'm having with Filmic Pro, but for the most part, it's a pretty decent camera. I've spent a lot of money in the past on cameras. Sony's FS100 comes to mind, and that was a nice camera for me for a long time, but it doesn't shoot in 4K. And my workflow being in 4K, I'm not using it. I like the portability of the iPhone. I can carry that in my pocket where my FS100 needs a case. This is so much more immediate to just take this out of my pocket and get shooting. I've been using a Sony A5100 for a while, but again, not 4K. I would not mind upgrading to a 63 or 6500 or something like that. In fact, maybe I should sell some equipment and do that because it would probably help my workflow out quite a bit. So, workflow. Record on my iPhone in Filmic Pro. I'm stuck in H.265 for those beautiful 4K 60p files. Plug in my iPhone to my Mac Mini. Transfer the files across from the Mini to the Pro. Convert those files from that H.265 MOV format to an H.264 MPEG-4 format in Borisov Video Converter, ingest them into Premiere Pro, create the proxies in Premiere Pro, and get to work. Can't update the Mac Pro beyond Yosemite, which means I'm stuck with an older version of iTunes that doesn't recognize my iPhone. If I could update Yosemite, I could update Premiere Pro and use H.265 files natively. Proxies, I think I'm just stuck dealing in proxies. Pretty much everybody I know that's working in a 4K timeline, unless they have a $10,000 machine, they're working in proxies. And forget about editing on the road in 4K for me. I had a MacBook Pro. The last job that I had, I wound up having to use it almost exclusively. I traveled a lot. It kind of took a beating. I was not a contractor. I was a full-time employee, so it's a little bit of a sore spot for me. The fact that they didn't provide me with the laptop that I needed to do that job effectively. I had to use my own, and when it died, they didn't replace it. Whatever, it's in the past. Note to employers, if your employees are not contractors, give them the tools that they need to do their job. Right now, I'm just plugging all this in, starting the processes, and walking away and taking care of other projects. If anybody has any ideas on improving that workflow, I'm all ears. It would just be nice to get going right away like I used to. Maybe the good old days are called that for a reason. Lesson learned in all this? We're a very immediate society, and I don't like having to wait for something that I didn't have to wait for in the past. But they say patience is a virtue. I'm gonna upload this video and go make myself a peanut butter sandwich. By the way, for my other video editing friends, the curtain's gray. It's neutral. I know the light is blue. I just think it looks cool when I'm filming, but I don't do color correction with it like that. It would throw everything off.